This story didn't begin on the trail. It started weeks earlier, wandering through south to north in Albania, through Ottoman-style villages, beachside towns, magical castles, and hiking that famous stretch from Theth to Valbona Valley. I thought that would be it. One great hike, one unforgettable valley. But something about Valbona held me. I stayed longer than planned, working at a guest house, watching other hikers come and go, and somewhere between coffee mornings and slow sunsets, the idea started to grow. What if I didn't stop here? What if I finished the whole thing, the full peaks of the Balkans? 110 miles across Albania, Kosovo, and Montenegro, a loop through remote villages, high passes, and a world far from roads and routines. So one morning, without much of a plan, I left. I left Valbona early that morning. A shared ride took me deeper into the mountains, past crumbling roads and pine-covered switchbacks, to a village called Sharem. This would be the real beginning. From here, I'd walk north to the border of a new country. No pressure, no plan, just my backpack, trail running shoes, and the trail ahead. Day 1, Sharem to Dobrodol. I think I'm already like halfway too, which is crazy because I don't want to say it, but it's been kind of easy, kind of a chill day so far. Just kind of a big climb at first, but it's so beautiful. It's giving me energy. But there's this hut just in front of me, so I think I will take a lunch break here. This trail so far has been amazing. Not the easiest. I'm already at like 11 kilometers. It has been a pretty steep climb, to get to these viewpoints. But now it's just kind of straight across like the ridge and like very mild up and down. But wow, I'm so happy I decided to do this and decided to do this alone. I'm just feeling so good, so pumped, and just so excited, so happy to be here. These are my feelings on day 1. Let's see how they are on day 7, but I'm loving the trees. The smell is just so good. The birds are so pretty. Yay. Here we are, it's only 2 more hours, 4.5 kilometers to Dobrodol. Oh no, it has just started to rain. And I don't have a rain jacket. Okay, let me remind you, I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but I planned this last night. And I don't have a rain jacket. I don't travel with one. I have this like puffer warm jacket. Oh no. My debate is either do I sit under the tree, eat something because I haven't eaten much at all today, wait for it to stop or pass, or do I just keep going? I think I'm just gonna keep going. Here we go. I think that this sandwich from the guest house in Valbona that I'm working at will be the best on the trail. This is so good right now. It has like sheep cheese, butter, tomato, lettuce, lots of meat, and just like the yummiest bread. So good. I know the weather doesn't look so good, but honestly I'm so happy with it. It rained sprinkled. It sprinkles for 2 seconds, kind of off and on, but I think I'm so lucky with the weather today. I'm just really enjoying this. And it actually looks very mystical, very cool with the clouds rolling in. But I think that's Dobrodol, just right over there, and that's where I'm headed next. This part is quite overgrown. Let's hope I don't get any ticks or anything. Hi guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass through, okay? Thank you.
One of the things I fell in love about Peaks of the Balkans is the rhythm of it. Hut to hut, valley to valley, each day its own little world, each night a new place to rest. It is 7:45 now, and I am just starting a big hike today. I think it'll be around 22 kilometers. It's not a big hike because of the length, it's a big hike because I'm hiking from Dobrodol to Gashevka Peak and then to Gasaferi in Kosovo. So it's actually a brand new country to me in which I'm traveling to today. My second country on the Balkan Trail so far. I think that the hardest part is always getting started, especially with these hut to hut like accommodations and hiking trail. It's honestly so luxurious having like a whole bed and meals and everything like prepared for you. It's amazing. I had 2 coffees this morning, but now that I'm on the trail with these horses, I'm feeling so ready, so excited, and back into nature. Ah! Sticking his tongue out at me. The path climbed steeply toward the border, winding higher and higher until I was surrounded by snow patches, silence, and sky. I didn't even recognize I was on the border. Just made it to the pass. Wow. Here we are. This is the Alipea Pass, and we have to go this way, and the peak is just there. That's what we're gonna climb. I made it to the heart-shaped lake. It's kind of a heart, more like maybe a kidney shape, but it kind of curves in here like a heart. So beautiful, and I totally would go in if it wasn't raining and I had no way of drying off because it's just so cold. I mean, there's literally snow up there. Oh, it's probably freezing. I don't know if it's a myth or not, but I've been told that this lake, if you go in it, it gives you eternal luck for love and marriage and all things in that realm. Unfortunately, I just can't go in right now. I'm already so cold, and this would probably make me really sick if I went in. At least I'm here, and I hope that that could bring me good luck. I was aiming for the summit of Jerevica, the highest peak in Kosovo, but the weather had other plans. As I reached the top, the clouds closed in, the temperature dropped fast. Then came the hail, small, sharp, and relentless. There was no views, no visual reward, just the sound of wind, the frozen hands, and the ache in my legs. It was a really hard moment, that kind of moment that makes you wonder, what am I doing here? But I kept going, down the valley with cold and damp socks. Gasaferi Valley welcomed me like an old friend, warm, soft, and still. A hot meal, a cozy bed, and a long, grateful rest. This is what hut-to-hut hiking is like. You never know what's coming. You just keep walking and trust there'll be shelter on the other side. Day 3 began differently. I found some trail companions, fellow hikers, fellow wanderers. We didn't know each other, but the miles passed easily as we shared stories and snacks. Good morning, everybody. Day 3. It is super, super cloudy. You can't see anything, but we have just made it to the peak, the 3-border peak. The stone border is what they call it. This is essentially the border between Kosovo, Albania, and Montenegro. So I am standing in 3 countries all at once. I feel like this is a very monumental moment on the whole trail, but you can't see anything. Wow. But that was quite the climb up from Gasaferi. Oh. How does it look? Wow. Eventually, they turned off toward another valley and I kept walking, alone again, heading north through Kosovo. This morning was super cold, like my hands hurt like they did yesterday, but nothing compared to yesterday. It didn't rain, maybe a tiny sprinkle in the morning, but truly I couldn't have asked for a better, easier day. I walked with the tour group that I actually met in Balkans. They were staying at my guest house that I was working at, and so I saw them again last night at the guest house and met up with them, and then decided to walk this morning to that 3 border peak with them, and then I just split off from them because they are going somewhere else today. But that was really nice. They were honestly a really fun bunch of people. But yeah, I'm now kind of hiking through the valley, just going down until I get to Milišević. I can't pronounce any of these names, but I don't have long, maybe another 2.5 hours, I think, but just going down and walking through the valley. And then I think at the very end is a small incline, but really feeling good. By the time I reached Milišević, the cloud was clearing and the silence returned, a quiet ending to a shared kind of day. Good morning, everybody. It is day 4. I can't believe we are already on day 4. That means that we are halfway through. I think that I said yesterday it was supposed to be a rest day, but I think because we did the peak, it was not a rest day. It was a long day. But today should be a lot easier. My shins are hurting just a little bit from going down, and we're going more down today. So, wish me luck. Here we go. I see blue skies. Wow, I can see a valley. Crazy. No cloud coverage. Just minorly. Woo. Day 4 was a quiet kind of beautiful. The trail unfolded gently through alpine forests and rolling hills, and for most of the day it felt like the mountains were mine alone. I've just made it on top of my first pass for the day. I think I only have like 300 feet more to go, which isn't much in comparison to other days, so I think today is going to be a pretty simple day. But I am looking at a brand new country over here. This is Montenegro, everybody. I am crossing into Montenegro today to go to Babino Pole, which is where I'm headed to now. So here's Kosovo on the left, which I'm going to say bye to for now, and then Montenegro on the right. Yay! So it's showing me Babino. I have 8.5 kilometers to go and about 2.5 hours. I think I'll do that a little bit quicker. So pretty easy. I'm honestly taking today really slow because it's day 4 and I feel like I've been going really fast because it's been so cold and rainy. Today the sun has been peeking through. It is still a little bit chilly. I'm just taking it a bit more slow and appreciating the nature. And honestly, this is probably one of my favorite trails on the whole hike so far. Just walking through the trees, and it's just beautiful.
Good morning, everybody. I am off on day 5. I am headed from Babino Polje to Plav, which I heard is a bigger town. I think it's a bit longer than yesterday, but kind of same idea of climbing up in the morning and then pretty much really steep down to Plav, but just a bigger trail, like a longer trail. So I think it's about 14 miles today, so we'll see. I'm feeling really good. My feet are kind of tired. I'm really excited for my lunch today. I think that I'm just going to take today slow again and really enjoy it because I think that this is also a really pretty trail. And yeah, it's day 5. I'm almost done and I just want to enjoy it while I can. So here we go.
Day 5 brought sunlight and laughter and the hum of other travelers. More footsteps on the trails, more voices carried by the wind. But then, just before the long descent into Plav, I found it. My first alpine lake of the hike, perfectly still, blue as sky, cold as ice, irresistible. So I swam, not for the mileage or the camera, but because it felt like the only proper response to a day like this. The water shocked me into presence. A reminder that it isn't just a hike, it's a celebration of being a part of nature.
That was such a beautiful swim. Ah, it was literally the most amazing thing. It wasn't even that cold. Like the river in Albania is definitely a lot colder. I am so unbelievably happy that the weather has cleared up because I think that these should have been my views this whole time, but it's all the more rewarding on day 5 that I could finally see the most beautiful mountains in the distance. So good. I think it will start to get hot, so you gotta appreciate it while you can.
The trail dropped slowly after that, winding down through sunlit slopes and deep green forests. My legs ached, but the views carried me. Plav was the biggest town I'd seen in weeks. After living in the mountains of Albania, the buzz of cafes, grocery stores, and cars felt strange and kind of wonderful. At Bear Hug Hostel, I met some lovely gals. We swam again, this time in Plav's lake, laughter echoing over the water. That night, over heaping plates of Montenegrin food, it hit me. Rest is just as much a part of the journey as the walking. Day 6 began like any other. Boots on, pack getting lighter, trail stretching forward. The climb out of Plav was no joke. Steep, relentless, but the views. Hands down, the best of the whole trail. Sharp ridge lines, velvet valleys, snow-dusted peaks in every direction. It felt like the Balkans showing off one last time just for me.
So I've just split off from my little tramley, my trail family that I met last night in the hostel. I was gonna hike the whole day with them to Vusanje, but at our little water break, we were taking a look at the map and I just saw that if I hike over one small little pass, Zakolata Pass, I could just make it straight down to Valbona Valley, which was my end. And I don't know, something in me was just like, oh, that might be really nice to surprise the family, come back a day early, and just settle in because I have to leave Albania in a few days. And yeah, I don't know. So it just felt right to do this little trail and trail again solo. And so anyways, I'm off on my own and I'm cutting a day short, which I'm sad about cutting a day short, but I also heard Vusanje is a bigger city and last night in Plav was a big city, so I'm honestly fine to get back to small little Valbona. This is like the most intense pass I've gone over because it's a lot of seriously up and down and like literal rock climbing. But I think we're almost to the top. Starting my descent into Valbona, and I'm actually getting kind of sad that this is like my last bit of hiking. I'm gonna have to definitely plan some more through hikes, some more loop hikes, because as hard as they are sometimes, they are the best and most rewarding experiences. Taking it all in. My plan was to hike to Vusanje, rest, and finish the route the next day. But as I crested that last rise and looked across the pass, I saw it. Valbona, my valley, my home these past weeks. So close I could almost touch it. I committed to the long way home, to one more climb, one more descent, and that final stretch back to where it all began. It wasn't the route I planned, but it was the ending I needed. This spontaneous hiking trip took me to some of the most beautiful, wild places that challenged my body and my mind in ways I didn't expect. Thank you, Peaks of the Balkans, for the stories, the struggles, and the quiet moments between. As I hiked down into Valbona Valley, back where it all began, I couldn't help but shed a happy tear for the journey, for the strength it took, and for the mountains that will stay with me long after the trail ends.